Well, hello, everybody. Let me know if you can hear me. Goodness knows I have my share of technical difficulties whenever I do any of these. Um, Welcome. Happy New Year. Kim is here. And of course, Elisa, Happy New Year. Happy Epiphany. Yes, I love it. Coffee and freezing temperatures in northern Alabama. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's actually funny because it has been so warm here. Kim is in Oregon. You're in Eastern Oregon. I'm Vancouver Island here in Canada, and it has been the warmest December and early January ever. Like, I know Fahrenheit, this sounds cold, but if we're talking like between 5 to 10 degrees Celsius every day, that's pretty warm. I'm definitely in the warmest spot in Canada, so I'm not complaining. Oh, I'm glad you can hear me. Okay, well, welcome back. I'm so glad you're here. I have a new camera here. I had to get a new computer. I had my last one for 5 years, so I took advantage of some Black Friday sales. So I'm glad to have a better computer. So I'm just making do with that setup. So tell me where you're from, what you're drinking. As I said, I'm on Vancouver Island in Canada. I have oh, good. You can hear me loud and clear. I have a delicious winter Earl Grey tea from David's Tea. Not sponsored, but it is delicious and it's so nice. Hi, Judy from Louisiana. Oh my goodness. Who is excited about the new year? Anybody else? I am just beyond thrilled to be like over the rest, like the December, all of that. I love it. I love, love, love it. But I just really, really like the fresh start that the new year brings. So, what I'd love for everybody to do first, of course, yes, tell me where you are. Ohio and Pepsi, cool. Warmer weather than usual, Kim says. So, tell me where you're from, what you're drinking, but also tell me. I made a note of what I wanted you guys to tell me. Okay, so your favorite part of the holidays or December, whatever you celebrate or don't celebrate. Um, and so your favorite part, and then also something you're happy about in the new year. So for me, I loved the time, of course, that I spent with my family, but I also just really enjoy like the coziness of the movies. I absolutely love watching Christmas movies, and a lot of you know, like I have a long list, and I actually went through pretty much all that I wanted to. And my favorite part of the new year is putting everything away and the fresh feeling, the fresh start. But also, I really love. I did. You may know I'm minimalist light, thanks to Elisa, but the name. But I do have 4 Christmas trees. It used to be 3, but then I got a new one because I was replacing one, but it was too late to donate it. So I will only have 3 next year. So I'm minimalist except for at Christmas, where I still have like somewhat minimal decor, but I do have a lot of trees. So forgive me for that. But I did leave one up with the white lights on, and I have like this sort of beautiful fake eucalyptus garland and some lights because it is so dark here on Vancouver Island. Actually, today it looks like kind of bright out. Well, there's my car. You can see part of a tree. But it's very dark. Yeah, usually we're socked right in and it's depressing. So anyway, we are going to get to 3 things that you can do to uh, get your tidy and clean home in 3 easy steps. But first, I'm going to come back to the chat real quick. Oh my goodness, Vienna, how cool! Determined to get this house in check in 2025. That is totally doable, and I'm happy to be here for you for that. England, I love it. Drinking water. Rabbit is here. Family and food. Oh my goodness, how could I forget about the food? It's almost better than the family. um, Kansas. Oh, I love it. I love seeing where everybody's from. Elizabeth and Sarah and Judy and Ursula. Yay. Laura. I was sick through the holidays, so I'm happy to be feeling better. Totally love it. Christian Christmas music. I love that too. Hello from Paris. Hello, Cynthia. And Thanksgiving is your favorite. I love Thanksgiving too. And my Thanksgiving is in October, the beginning of October, like the first third. Love the pre-Christmas buildup. Yeah, and I used to feel like that too. And I would feel really sad when Christmas was over, even if I was like, even as an adult, I would feel a little bit bummed. But now I have my vitamin D in check after, and even I had started like about 18 months ago. Now I feel great this December or this January. It's amazing so far. So I'm all for getting your vitamin D in check. I definitely need to declutter my house. Hello, Wood Burning Warrior. Hi. Mitzi from New Orleans. I love it. Okay, so let's get to it, you guys. So I am really excited to just help you to create that tidy and clean home. A lot of people, they're like, I'm getting my home in check this year. And I could not be happier to hear you say that because, first of all, I am a registered nurse, a lot of you may know, and I am passionate about people leading the healthiest and happiest life that they can. And I am a big fan of like eating well and exercise and drinking water, all of that. But also, one thing that often is overlooked, in my opinion, is our home. So people talk about food, water, and shelter. And I think that when we're thinking about getting healthy, we focus on the food and the water and the exercise, but we often are not paying attention to our home. And our home is our shelter. And what we surround ourselves with, I think, is really important. And if our home is out of check, I think that can be a sign of what is, first of all, it can hold you back from getting fully healthy, or it can also be a sign that something deeper is amiss with you. Like you maybe could just get healthier overall. For me, when my house starts getting a little bit messy and chaotic, that to me shows that inside of me is getting messy and chaotic, and I need to get that in check. So I'm really excited to help you get your clean and tidy home. And I know that sometimes a lot of like we can feel like our home is working against us. And to be honest, quite often it is. Your stuff is working against you. Your home is doing its best, but it can be working against you. And no matter how much you try to clean and organize, you end up often just shuffling stuff around. So I'm going to tell you about my mighty method, which I think, and I've been working on like the deeper things that have been keeping us stuck for a few years now. Like how our beliefs and our habits and our generational things, a huge thing is what we were brought up with and what we learned. Um, like I think the majority of people probably had some kind of financial issues as a kid. Well, anyway, for me, we were not like super wealthy. And it was like, my mom was like, you kept stuff for good, which I think just means like you just kept it and you just like organized it because yes, you might need it one day. Like we are squirreling stuff away. So I think that it's just so important to be aware of those reasons why we have stuff, which I get into like the more you work with me. But the other thing is this mighty method that I came up with, and I absolutely love it because the most systems fail when it comes to helping people to declutter and get on top of their stuff. Because first of all, sometimes people they just try to organize or they try to do, and I love Marie Kondo, but I think her method has a place within the grander scheme of what we are doing. So for that is sort of like the simplifying part, but there's deeper stuff going on. And, when we talk about sparking joy, it's hard to say my tax documents spark joy, so I'm going to declutter them. Like, no, we have to keep them. Meanwhile, I could say, well, this candle sparks joy because the smell of it is good, even though it's burnt out, but I'm going to keep it because I like the smell of it. Right. So the first step of the mighty method is that we need to assess. And so, as an emergency nurse, I call it triage because triage is a really great thing that, it came up during, I think, I think it was the First World War, where they basically it was like, what needs to be done first? What can be saved? What can't be saved? Well, who really? But and in this situation for the house, of course, everything can be saved. But we're going to look at what is the biggest priority, what has the biggest impact on us right now. And so the why this is such an important part is you can just start decluttering aimlessly, but if you don't look at the bigger picture, you are going to end up failing it back where you started from, which I know you don't want. I'm just going to come back to the chat and just say hi to everybody. You're low on vitamin D, Mitzi. Totally get it. Shopaholic started a 3-month no buy. Love it. Oh, Kelsey's here. Hello. Oh my gosh, everybody. I love it. Just looking. I'm not responding to everything, but I'm just looking and I'm absolutely loving seeing you guys all here. Okay. So back to triage. So the point of triage is taking a step back and assessing your home and your life, what's not working, what is working, and maybe what is keeping you stuck. So there's 4 key areas that we can evaluate. Our home, so of course that is our stuff, our clutter on top of our stuff, our storage, the ease of cleaning. How easy is it to like organize things or like to tidy up? Do you have to move stuff around? Or how easy is it to be in your home? How easy is it for you to relax? How easy is it for you to spend time in your family? Because I think one of the most important things that people often overlook is that your home should be supporting you. Your home is, you're not there to support your home. Your home is there to support you. And same with your stuff, right? So we're going to look at the first area is home, then there's family, energy, and time. So family, how are relationships and routines affected by your home or by your stuff? Or how are your routines affecting your life? What is your schedule like? Is that, and that's a part of time. How are your commitments and schedule? How do they affect you? How do they affect you taking care of your home, taking care of your health as far as like, eating well, exercise, all of that. And then energy, what drains or fuels you? And for me, I am an extroverted introvert. So I can come on here and be like thrilled to see you guys because I am. It's been like about a month since we've done a live stream, and I'm so happy to see everybody. And I'm really looking forward to the first Zoom that we have in our new membership because I love seeing everybody's faces and chatting and everything. Oh, Jennifer's from Sydney, BC. Hello, and hi, Meg. So I love seeing everybody and energy as far as like if I see my friends, like I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy to see you. But my battery will go down, right? How do I recharge? And same for you. How do you recharge? And can you recharge in your home? If you can't recharge in your home, if there's too much stuff, we need to look at what that is. So take one area like your kitchen countertops and just ask yourself, what don't I like right now? Where am I seeing things that don't belong? And why is this always cluttered? And what do I need to do to make this space functional again? So that is the triage section, which is really just so important and so often overlooked. And we need it for truly our whole home. And once you start practicing this, it is very easy. And at first, it's like anything, it can feel a little challenging, but it really, really is once you really get the habit of being like, okay, like, or how is this space affecting my energy? How is, like, say your laundry room, for example, right? You might be like, okay, my laundry room. No, really. If you're a busy person, do you need a clean and tidy functioning laundry room? I would say you do. You need your laundry room to be at the ready because your home is supporting you. Okay, so that is step 1, triage. Step 2, there's only 3 steps. Step 2 is simplify. So that is where we are decluttering. That's where we're getting rid of things. We are creating space for what truly matters. And I mean, obviously, when a lot of times people will initially start to try to organize first. And I used to say that too. I just need to organize. I just need to pick up stuff. I just need to put things where it goes. No, we need to remove things, remove the excess, learn how to make the decisions. And maybe you can see why the triage section of coming first would make this work better. Because number one, with triage, you're also assessing like, where do I need to start first? Like, what is on fire and what fire needs to be put out? And then step two of simplify, that's where we're taking care and we're just removing all of the stuff that doesn't go there. And you're left with a beautiful space that just supports you and just makes you feel really, really good. And it, it's so funny because this is a people think this is the most important step, but it's not. It's an important step, but it's not. And if you haven't yet already, make sure I'm going to actually put the link in here that you sign up for the challenge because I have a challenge starting this week and it is we're going to do this in one area of your house, one small area, obviously, because it's only for 3 days. It's from the 9th to the 11th. So Thursday to Saturday. I've never done a challenge over like going into the weekend. I hope it doesn't backfire because I want people to get great results. But we're going to put this method into practice for you. So anyway, we're triaging and then we're simplifying. And like I say, people think simplify is like the most important thing. And they think they can skip the other steps. They can skip the assessing. They can skip the next step, but they can't. Simplifying, decluttering is a very important step, but just like the others, if we only simplified, it would be a waste of time and energy, maybe money, because then if you don't do the assessment properly and you don't do the next step, which is like creating systems, your problems are going to come back and perhaps with a vengeance. Let's come to the chat here real quick. Do you have an estimated time frame for the Tidy Mighty Club? I'm going to open the doors on Saturday, Kim, if that's what you mean. And as for like when the live calls will be, we're going to talk about that in the group. But there will be like a weekly video that comes out. Thank you, Kelsey. Happy New Year. We're getting to the third step in 1 second, you guys. Laundry room makes me not want to do laundry. Exactly. Your laundry room should make you want to do it. Oh, yes. Okay. So let's get to step 3. Okay. So just quick review. Step 1, triage. We are triaging our house. We are going, what's on fire? What do I need to tackle first? And what will give me the most bang for my buck, especially if you're joining the challenge. And then step 2 is simplify, removing that stuff, the stuff that is holding you back and getting in the way and not serving you, right? Like, and another thing people often think when they're decluttering or when they're worried about decluttering is they're like, oh no, like I don't want to have to get rid of things that I want to keep, like, or I'm going to have to get rid of everything. I don't want to get rid of everything. And you don't have to get rid of everything. Let me tell you, if any of you have seen my new channel, which is called Minimalist Home Living, where I'm cooking, I have stuff. I have like cooking implements. I don't just have like one big spoon and all of that. I have 2 KitchenAid mixers because I use them both in different ways. I'm not saying I recommend that for everybody. And I'm not saying, oh, hang on to stuff just in case. Like, be sure you have like a reason that you use these things. So yeah. But anyway, yes. So simplify, very important. But if we think that's the only important thing, and I think that is why so many people fail when they're trying to declutter and when they're trying to get on top of their home. And that is why I have this method, because we have to also have the triage and thrive. So triage, simplify, and thrive. And thrive is, I think it's my favorite part. To me, it's the most fun part for sure. And that is where we are going to create systems that make maintaining your home effortless. And it's like setting up routines and habits so you never have to start over again. It keeps the oh gosh, like there's just so many metaphors for this, so I'm not going to say them all, but it just keeps the clutter at bay. It keeps like the little like minions at bay. It's all gone. So systems and routines, they make our home run smoothly. And this might sound scary and hard to do. It isn't. Um, I can show you how. We're going to, when you join the challenge, which I should put this. Oh my gosh, where's my mouse? Oh, there we go. Ah. So I have a new setup with my computer. I can't get my mouse back. Oh, there we go. Oh my goodness. Okay. So if you join the challenge, then you're going to do this to one area of your home, one small area, and you're going to create a system. So that area never gets messy again. And it basically takes care of itself. Once you have these systems set up, your home will run smoothly. And this is something that I did not even realize, but I have been doing this for years, even as a person with ADHD, even as a boy mom, where goodness knows the most random things come up. And my mom always jokes about like the amount of socks laying around our house. That's one thing I have not tackled. That's one thing that needs a system, right? Like I'm still working on all this stuff too. I am beyond like a wretch that needs help here, right? So but these systems help your house run on autopilot. Like even on the busiest days, your house can still stay tidy. Your house can still stay clean. Your schedule, as far as like running your kids around, is hopefully going to be somewhat minimized. So, a few examples of some simple systems that can help you. And I mean, in my program, we are going to be, you're going to create some more that work much more specialized and personalized to you, but there's some broader ones too that you can do. So a big one is just resetting the room. So whenever I leave a room, or especially like and I think this is such a mom thing, right? But anytime I'm going upstairs or downstairs, I'm taking something with me, right? Another thing is like at the end of the day, before I go to bed, I make sure the kitchen is tidy, even though the kids cleaned it. And then I just grab anything and put it away, right? Like just a quick reset. And this just keeps messes from piling up. And the clean slate. I'm gonna tell you right now, this is the first day back to school for my kids, and my house, it with the holidays and everything, and with the decor and all of that. Oh goodness, is it ever nice right now? I just did a quick tidy up after they left for school. Right? Like, because that's one of my systems is as the kids are getting ready because they're teenagers. I just quickly make sure everything goes where it goes. I don't pick up after everybody. I put stuff back where it belongs, or I create a pile for the person, right? So that's one thing. Another thing might be a Sunday reset as you're prepping for the work week, right? For me, as a person that works from home, I am a nurse, but I don't do that very much right now. But I work from home and I reset my desk on Friday afternoon, because then on Monday, because I work Monday, Friday, I have a clean, tidy place to come back to. That's a good thing. How about drop zone organization? So say that you choose for the challenge, which that's the link there, minimalisthome.ca/simplify, that say you choose your front entryway. Well, you're going to create a system so that stuff doesn't pile up there. And we'll figure that out together. So all of this is because it just makes your home run like a machine. So I think you can see why the triage step is so important, because without assessing, it's like as a nurse, I'm not going to have you come into the emergency department and be like, you're sitting there. I can't tell what's wrong with you, but I'm going to be like, well, your arm is broken. And then I would be like, I'm going to put it in a cast and off you go, right? No, like we need to figure out what is wrong with you. Oh, like you have a fever? Well, probably not your arm, right? So we need to look at what is going on. The triage, the simplify, removing the stuff. That actually is the easy part. And then thrive, which is the best part, of my opinion, because it creates those systems so that it works together. So I'm going to try to get my mouse back here. I did it. Okay, I'm going to look at the chat. Kim says, sweet. Yay. All right. Tell me, like, what area of your home are you like, oh, like this is stressing me out right now? I actually asked in our Facebook group not too long ago, and I said, like, what area is stressing you out right now in your home? And people gave me just great responses here. Let me just see if I can pull it up. And everybody is excited about garbage day right now. I'm telling you. I know for me, tomorrow's garbage day. We had recycling day last week. Oh, the most perfect thing to have it come right after Christmas. Okay. So I said, what's one thing in your home right now that's driving you crazy? No judgment. So tell me in the chat what yours is. And somebody said, there's nowhere to put a desk. So I work in a very unergonomic dining room table. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that would be stressful. Actually, and what's nice is you can get those sit stand things, which might make it easier. And what else did people say? 120-year-old China set my brother owns, which is in storage at my house. Yep. My storage room in the basement. That's a big one. Bonus room that is piled high. Kitchen cabinets. Yes. Overstuffed kitchen. Kitchen is a big one, right? Living room. Husband pile of clothes. Boxes in the spare room. There's just so many. My husband. Relatable. Craft room. There's just like, what is it that is stressing you out? And the thing is, like, it's so funny how once you get that under control, it's awesome. My bedroom, Laura says, my laundry room is in an unfinished basement. Yeah. It's only practical and not beautiful. No. My pantry, says Kim, my whole apartment as I live in a studio apartment. Yeah, that I totally, totally understand. So one thing you definitely, I would suggest doing is just looking, even like if before you join the challenge or before our challenge starts on Thursday, just to, this will help you just even get set up, is just be like, what area really bugs me? Even like what small area, because it's for 3 days and I need to teach you all 3 steps. So, you can't go as in depth, but maybe it's like a hall closet or a corner of the kitchen counter. If that was clean, that would feel good. Seriously. Like even for me, every time I declutter my junk drawers, which is not, they're not bad, but right now, but they can be, because when my husband cleans, it looks beautiful, but it's because he puts everything in the drawers, right? But what you can do is just pick one small area, and that will make you feel so much better. So you can join the challenge, which is it starts this Thursday, the 9th, then the 10th, and then the 11th. There will be replays. Go to minimalisthome.ca/simplify. It's going to be, the live call will be at 2 p.m. Pacific time. If you can't make it, like I said, there are replays, and it is going to be so fun. We are having a Facebook group that opens up tomorrow. So don't wait. You're going to want to get in there. It's going to be so much fun. And I'm so excited to introduce everybody to this more in depth, where we can talk about like each of the steps over the 3 days. I think it's going to be really fun. Okay. So Connie says, my desk office area shares an area with my sewing area. Gosh, yeah, that would be totally stressful. That's the thing. It's like when we're hemmed in by stuff, like, oh, it's really hard. Dining room, it seems to be the dumping ground for the ground floor. Yep. All the stuff my kids bring home from school. Oh, it is hard to keep on top of it. You need a system for that, for sure. Kathy, my desk at work, it's a disaster. But wouldn't it be nice to have that tidy, right? I don't like working when my desk is messy. I'm looking around at it. And it just is so nice when it is clean. I love it. And just to have that way to organize things quickly. or just to know exactly where stuff goes. I think that's the biggest thing, is knowing where stuff goes and then not having extra stuff around, which is absolutely huge. So guys, like, tell me your questions. You can ask me questions about the Mighty Method or your decluttering questions. Just chat with me about whatever. We have a little bit of time here. I'm gonna have another sip of tea because you can never have too much tea. Well, actually you can, but I really am liking this new camera. It looks so much better. Oh, that last camera, I'm telling you. Angel Joy says, our exercise equipment having to be in the living room of our apartment, and all the things that came out of our second bedroom last year when we made the bedroom into our granddaughter's. Yeah. And I am so passionate, like I said, as a nurse, about people being healthy. And I am very passionate about people exercising. So that would be the one thing where I'd be like, keep it, keep it cluttering up your space. Yeah. But there are definitely things that can be done to make it work better, right? Like perhaps there's extra stuff around that, or you can reconfigure things. That is part of the triage step, right? Is looking at the way your home is organized. And I really think that once you even make tiny little improvements, we can just see huge results. What do you do with what do you do with your old camera and other equipment? That's a really good question, Elisa, because I had a camera. I was filming, I was walking around, and I put my tripod down wrong and it fell and broke my camera. And I was like, no. So, yeah, it's definitely, honestly, if it still works, you could sell it. If it doesn't, I just recycle it if at all possible, or put it in the garbage. Because having that extra stuff around, it's not going to help you in the long run. Like, even if you're always having to look at that, that is going to stress you out. Let me see. My office craft hobby room is something I can't face to the point my book work gets behind because I hate going in there. Totally. Totally. And that's the thing. Like, that's impacting you. Your stuff should not be stopping you from enjoying your life or stopping you from doing your work. Your stuff should be supporting you. We don't need extra stuff than what supports us, in my opinion. And I am a person that has a lot of hobbies. So I have probably more stuff than the average minimalist, which is why I am minimalist light. And one of the things, like, I look at that picture behind me, right? Like, is that supporting me? Yeah, it is. I like it. I like looking at it. But people will say, well, I keep stuff just in case. That's not supporting you. And a big part of it is people think like, oh, well, then it's peace of mind. It's not peace of mind. That stuff comes from like deep-seated beliefs that we often got from childhood or from some other point in life. And we need to address that. All right. Any other questions before we go on with the week? Make sure you join the challenge. Oh, good. There is another question, but make sure you join the challenge, minimalisthome.ca/simplify. It starts this Thursday. It's totally free. This Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And there will be replays available. You are going to completely assess your house. Well, not completely assess your whole house, but you're going to assess which area you want to do. You're going to declutter that area. You're going to create a system so it never gets messy again. Right. Ursula says, what do you do with old computers? We have 20 years worth of laptops and computers and cords and stuff. Yeah. So I think I just mentioned, like, when I got on here, that I had to replace my computer, which is why my camera looks so much better. But I sold it yesterday to a guy. I was so happy to get it out of here. And I made sure I wiped that sucker clean. If you don't know, like, say, for example, you have 20 years worth of laptops and computers and cords, figure out, like, talk to somebody or look it up just make sure you're sure that you, if you can't turn it on, remove whatever components could potentially have personal data on it. Just take it out and stomp on it or whatever. And most municipalities have some way of recycling them. That is what I would do. Some things are worth selling, like the computer I sold, it was 5 years old, so I sold it and I got, decent amount of money for it and I was happy about that. But other stuff, I had a microphone similar to this one, but it broke and I was like, I don't know how to fix this. I don't want to sell it. I could have said, broke a microphone. Do you want to buy it? Like, I'm not going to take my time because who would buy that, right? Maybe they'd spend at the most like $10. Or, donating it. I'm not going to feel good donating something broken. So I just threw it away. So, yeah. And it is a daunting task for sure, but totally, if you just look it up, it might literally take you like 5 minutes to open up the back of the side of that computer or whatever, pull out whatever that component is, and then drop it off. Anna says, putting away Christmas, downsizing as I pack away. Good for you, Anna. That is so good. Doesn't it feel so good to put away Christmas? I love it. And I did it in sections this year. I put away. It's so funny. There's something about all the red stuff at Christmas that kind of just starts to get on my nerves, like almost as soon as it's over. So all of the gnomes, anything Santa was put away before New Year's. And then I had just the trees up. And as I said, I am a minimalist, except for at Christmas. I do have 4 Christmas trees. That's my confession to you. I am a lifelong Christmas lover and Christmas light lover and Christmas tree lover. So anyway, but just left the trees up and then just took all the ornaments off. And now I just have one up with the lights because it's very small and it's in the living room. I didn't even do a tour this year of Christmas. Judy says the whole thing. Yeah. And the thing is, like, you can feel like your house is just a completely overwhelming, stressful thing. It can be done. It can be done. Like, of course you can do it. Of course you can. You can bit by bit, you can get rid of stuff. Like, think about it this way. This is going to sound like a strange analogy, but I got a bunch of chocolates at Christmas, but I am trying to be healthier. I am 45 and I'm in perimenopause and I'm trying to be healthy. So I have all these chocolates and I was like, I can still have one a day. I could have more than one a day, but I was like, say I had like 100 chocolates, which I think I do. That's 100 days, right? I'm going to run out of chocolate. Just like if you're decluttering your house, you are going to run out of stuff to declutter eventually. I mean, and the important thing is the systems, to be careful about what we're bringing in and how we're bringing it in, but you can do it. No matter what, you can do it bit by bit. Chocolate is good for you, not milk chocolate and not too much of it. The sugar and the fat are fine, but in moderation. So, and think about it this way. Now you have chocolate for like half the year. Yay. Yeah. No, it's totally doable. Totally. You can do it. You can do it, Judy. I know you can. Come to the challenge. Minimalisthome.ca/simplify. All right, friends. It's so lovely to chat with you. Elisa says, I eat one a day. My aunt gave me some Christmas dark chocolate dark chocolate turtles. Anyone who doesn't want to declutter clothes that will fit when you lose weight. I did the weight and didn't like the clothes when I tried them back on. Let it go. Woo! I 100% agree with you. Yes. And I have clothes. Like, I had a sweater that I bought like a year ago. And it was so comfortable. Like, it was so cozy. But every time I saw myself in the mirror, I was like, oh, I do not like the way this looks. So I ended up, it was a hard thing to do, but I just was like, I'm not keeping this. Like, it does not make me feel good. Don't keep clothes that don't make you feel good. Obsessive Christmas disorder. So true. Yay, Angel. I'm so glad you came to the challenge. All right, guys. I am so glad that you joined me today. Sign up for the challenge, minimalisthome.ca/simplify. We're going to hang out together. It's going to be so fun. And yeah, stay tidy mighty. I hope something great happens for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will